Alright, it's that time of the year again where Ventures reset, it's a new Save the World season, we got a whole bunch of new stuff, we got Clip's Nightmare here, we got a new Venture Zone in Hexsylvania, we have Dungeons is back, really nice. The whole event shop got reset, and we have Ragnarok in the shop, Legendary Survivor, Hero Loadout, a weekly shop change too, we got some epic perk up in there. And we have the Typewriter as well that also came back in the weekly shop here as well. We got a whole bunch of cool stuff. Really nice. I'm having a good time so far. I literally adjusted my sleep schedule to play Ventures and Hexsylvania and Fortnitemares, Dungeons, etc. And yeah, I mean, I just wanted to have fun with this content and stuff. Oh wait, also the Fortnitemares Llamas are in the llama shop here too. There's no more rad llamas. You can't get the rad llama or the rad heroes anymore, such as like Breakbeat Wildcat and Varsity Heroes, Main Stage Quinn, all those heroes. You can't get them anymore until next year. Oh well, but they were here for quite a while, so I'm assuming that you got them and stuff. And if you just started playing today, then hey, it's okay. You'll get your shot eventually. But yeah, so what I really want to talk about is just Ventures in general right now. So yeah, so let me talk about Ventures. So Ventures here in Hexsylvania has this modifier, like any other Venture Zone has its own modifier. The short range modifier. Enemies close to a player or defender suffer more damage. Those far away suffer less. All enemies have a chance to drop healing pickup when eliminated. And what that basically means is that, I mean, it's as straightforward as it gets. When they're close to you, you do a lot more damage, and then when they're far away from you, you do a lot less damage. And you can actually, it's noticeable. Trust me, it's noticeable. You're literally gonna be like tickling them from far range, but when you when they're really close to you, I think the radius is like 2 tiles, so like like 2 floor tiles. I think that's about the radius, maybe 3. I don't know. But yeah, so it's a really close quarters modifier. So like snipers in this zone aren't really gonna be that effective and stuff. But I mean, you can very well use your Xenon bow if you find a Xenon bow as like your like piercing shotgun if you really want to. You just can't really snipe things with it. But yeah, but here I'm level 11, almost level 12. I'm actually almost top 50 on the Venture leaderboard right now. Let me actually switch to display capture here so I can show this right here. Here's my name right there, number 52 right now for Venture EXP. So that's something. And here's some of the loadouts that I've been using. Actually, I will show right here. This is the main one that I'm using for actual combat purposes. It's Dragon Scorch in the commander slot. Dragon Scorch is great. This guy's awesome. He's probably the best Dragon Slash hero in the game. And yeah, I mean, look at this. Increases Dragon Slash to 3 tiles, the width and damage. I mean, you get all the buffs that you want from Dragon Slash. You get it goes farther. It's wider, and you do more damage. It's great. It's awesome. It's an amazing ability. And stuff like that. And yeah, here we have Happy Holidays. I mean, the whole point is spamming Dragon Slash, and as you can see here, Dragon Slash actually has a freaking 6-second cooldown on Dragon Slash. That feels more like 5 actually in game. It's probably like a 5.5-second cooldown, but they just rounded up to 6. It feels like 5. So yeah, so you're gonna be slashing pretty often with Dragon Scorch here. And here we have Snuggle Specialist Sarah. She just leaves some energy trail behind when you Dragon Slash. It's nice, especially here in the earlier stages of Ventures, where the Husk aren't really high power level at all. They actually die to the energy trail, so that's useful. And then here we have Sarah Hotep. Sarah Hotep, I actually didn't have this hero. I actually got her today when I was doing some dungeons earlier. Before I did Ventures, I was doing some dungeons. And I got enough candy to get llamas, and she was in like my second llama that I got, so yeah, it was pretty nice. And she's great because she makes your Dragon Slash cheaper, which is really important because of this guy here, Fall in Love Ranger Jonesy. This guy used to be really good, but he was bugged for a while, I guess, and Epic fixed him at some point, where his commander perk was actually working as his support perk. So like you were yeah, because here in the support it's 6 energy over 3 seconds, the commander 18 over 3 seconds, and this is supposed to mean in the commander he gets 6 energy per second. And before that was happening in his support slot. He was getting 6 energy per second in his support slot instead of his and his commander slot. But yeah. But Epic fixed that after years. He was like that since release, but I guess now they decided to fix it. or not now, but like a little while ago. But yeah, no, but he's still good though. He's still good because like energy regen heroes suck in this game. There's like barely any good ones, and like this is like the most, like, I guess I say, consistent and reliable one. So yeah, I mean, he's just what I use. You should be able to use all your abilities too without any issue. You may have to wait every now and then in case you spam all of them at once, but it really shouldn't be that big of a deal, especially with Sarah Hotep. She's really good for reducing the energy cost of Dragon Slash, because normally this costs like 50 energy normally, and with Sarah Hotep this is down to 35. It's actually like a pretty big discount that you get. So yeah. And then here we just have some filler ones here. I have Breakbeard Wildcat here because she's amazing. After you get one good Dragon Slash off, you're gonna get Battlebeard activated, and then on your next Dragon Slash, it's gonna be increased damage as well. And then of course, you know, if there's like a lot around you, you're gonna be fighting. You have your own weapons with you, you know, your own bad weapons that they give you and stuff in Ventures, but it's no big deal really. She's great. She boosts all your ability damage at the same time as your melee attack speed. And because, you know, Dragon Scorch is a ninja, he is a ninja, so he does get Shadow Stance. So you get some extra armor and movement speed when you get a melee kill too, so that's nice. And here we have Survivalist, Jonesy. You could also use a Barret here, Crossbones Barret. He's an Outlander. Crossbones Barret here, he's great. You probably want to use him as you scale up in power level when you level up and stuff like that. I recommend swapping Survivalist out for this guy. But in the early stages of the game, I'm really lazy, and I just want to just power through these early stages, and Survivalist is perfect for lazy, because it's just passive health that I get for just killing things, and it's great, so yeah. And gadgets, Adrenaline Rush, Turret, you know, just standard, healing, more damage, it's great. But yeah, so that's what I've been using most of the time. And then here, for these early defense missions, I actually like Thora in the Commander slot. She's really good in the Commander slot, actually. In these early stages of Ventures, because the power level is so low, especially like over here in the 15 and like the 23 and the 5 zones over there. She's actually really good in the Commander slot, because they just die. Like, they literally just get zapped. The husks just get zapped away. I mean, this is a standard constructor loadout, you know, recycling for some resources, base Kyle Power Knocks for, you know, health, healing, and Mega Base, you know, bigger base, Ice King to slow them down if they step on it. The Huskies and Mist Monsters, you know, they're not going to get zapped instantly by Thora's perk here in the Commander, but so Ice King can slow them down at least when they walk on the floors. And then Penny here as well, because, you know, she actually is pretty effective in the early stages here too, with this 15 base damage if they touch the base. So yeah. Oh, one thing I will say is that the base is actually bugged right now, but it's only visually. It's only a visual bug, where when you put your base down as a constructor, it's actually not going to show like what structures got affected by the base. So you have to take like a mental note of, like, you know, where how connected your pieces are right now, because, you know, there's no actual visual indicator. The perks work. The effect of the base works. It's just not visually showing. It's a bug that happened since the update that happened yesterday, the 31.10 I think it is. Epic knows about it. They're working on it. It'll get fixed whenever. It's fine. But yeah, and then Banner Slowfield, you know, for more defenses, and Slowfield here for, you know, on like the 4-player missions with the mini bosses. It's great. And as you go higher up in power level, I highly recommend swapping to like base Kyle in the lead with like base MD and stuff, and Machinist Harper. This is like an actual like good, bring this to like high power level zone missions constructor level. Just copy this if you want to, for Ventures at least. And in like your regular zones, you can swap out Machinist Harper for like, I don't know, so literally anything else. Demolitionist Penny, Hawktaker Hazard, he's good. Even like Battlebeard if you want to as well, you can easily do that. You can do Stoneheart Farah if you use bows a lot. But yeah, but for now I'm at a Venture grind, so I have Machinist Harper here. And then yes, Banner Slowfield, same thing. Warden Kyle is a great support guy, and I already talked about all the other heroes before. But then also I want to talk about this loadout here. Blakebeard Stash is an amazing team perk for this season as well, because pretty much any Venture season really. But yeah, Blakebeard Stash is really good because you get pretty much a whole loadout. Like when you get a kill on the husks, you end up getting peg legs, or you have a chance of spawning you know, a Blakebeard Stash, and the stash, when you search them, give you peg legs, coconuts, and cannonballs, as you see there. And what that does, the peg leg is like a club, It's a club weapon, and you just swing it. It does a lot of damage in the early game. I was seeing teammates of mine that were using peg legs, and they were literally like two-shotting the smashers. So in the early game, so yeah, that's really cool. And the cannonballs are like things they chuck and they explode on impact, and they do like a little explosion effect too. It's great, good crowd clearing. And the coconuts, I mean, yeah, we know what coconuts are. You eat them, you get healed, you get a damage bonus too. It's great. In the commander, we have Luna here. Just because even without Blast from the Past, Luna still adds her extra HP onto the peg legs damage, and that does. In the early stages of the game, that actually does matter because the Husk don't have that much HP. Neither do you, but like your weapon is still doing a lot of damage. You could also switch out Luna here for I guess Assassin Sarah. She's great in the commander as well. She gives you a stacking melee weapon damage bonus. So she's also great. She's also an option to put in there and stuff. And then to actually activate Blakebeard's stash, we need 3 pirate heroes. And well, I mean Blakebeard is actually really good in his own team perk because he increases cannonball damage. So the cannonballs that you get from this are gonna just do more damage. Privateer Hype, she's also great. She gives you more club damage. The peg leg is a club, so peg leg buff. And then going coconuts. You already get coconuts from the stash itself, so you don't really have to search for them. But he's nice to have just because like in case you get unlucky and like you want to search something real quick to get some coconuts, there he is. He's great. And Battlebead again, she's awesome. I love Battlebead. Just increases all your damage by 50%, melee attack speed, which is the peg legs and stuff like that. So yeah, and then here we have this is like a whatever slot really. I just have Deadly Blade Crash here because the peg leg actually does have a solid crit chance too. It's pretty good. So she just applies some extra affliction damage and a bit of a snare effect too when you crit. She's awesome. Adrenaline Rush, Hover Turret, staying healthy, more damage, all that jazz. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Ventures loadouts that I want to talk about. I will also say that Clip is also back in her questline here. This can only be, as far as I'm concerned, this can only be done in Ventures. I'm not sure if you can do it in an actual thing because I did all the Ventures. And on there's going to be a tab here above the Venture Challenge quest that says Venture Clips Nightmare. So I'm assuming it can only be done in Ventures. And it's a really short quest actually. It's not hard at all. It's really short. It's only like 3 pages, and they're each and they each have 3 quests. So it's like 9 missions they gotta do. To actually complete Clip's quest here. And Clip is one of the best farming heroes in the game. She gives you more ingredients whenever you use anti-material recharge. She's awesome. You can use her in the support or the lead. I like her in support because I like Saudi a lot more. And that that actually reminds me, use a farming loadout actually on your first mission of Ventures. When you boot up Ventures, right? This is what's gonna happen. When you boot up Ventures, you're gonna have access to level 5 zones and level 15 zones, right? Don't do any of the what you're gonna do. You're gonna go straight here to resupply the power level 15 resupply mission, and you're gonna use a standard farming loadout like this one. I made a video on this loadout too. You can check it out. I showcased it there too. False Southie is great, and yeah, he's great for farming, great for going around and stuff. And do this mission. Do it in fill, do it no fill, doesn't matter. Just do the mission, get it done. Get your brick, get your wood. In this zone, metal is really hard to come by. Hit my mic there, sorry. But metal is really hard to come by. It's really scarce. You can really only reliably get metal from like doing encampments, building radar towers, and stuff like that. Maybe you get some shadow orbs you can do, or the launcher as well, the disc launcher, and do that. But yeah, just do resupply, get stocked up, and then what that's gonna do, that's gonna unlock this one here, the directive quest. The first one you get is gonna be for doing any mission adventures, and then it's gonna be a fight the storm mission, and then it's gonna be retrieve the data and ride the lightning, and then after that one it's gonna be eliminate and collect, and there was I think destroy the encampments. So yeah, this I've done my research here. I can actually just show you guys here actually on the display capture here. Switch back to it. here on Season 22 Ventures. Yeah, here, this is FortniteDB, by the way. I forgot to mention earlier, this is FortniteDB. It's a great website, really useful tool. Here, it'll show all of the rewards for every single level in Ventures. Every single level of the rewards is here. It should be the exact same as the one last season, so yeah, they haven't changed it up in a while, so yeah. You know, these are all the, you know, legendary rewards. You know, we got the jackpot llamas, weapon voucher, flux, core reperk, hero voucher, more flux, and then a bunch of superchargers. So yeah, this is what I'm really trying to work towards for. And yeah, if you scroll down here, it'll show you the quests, the venture quest that you're gonna be have to do for a bit. You know, these it shows the ones for, you know, to get like, you know, the core reperk and the superchargers, right? But you can also do click on show hide here, and it'll tell you literally every single venture quest up to like the beginning all the way to the very end. So yeah, here I was talking about a mission right here. Yeah, directive. Welcome to Venture. Complete a mission. This is the race 5 mission that you're gonna do, and then you're gonna do the fight the storm mission. And then you ever shoot the data, ride the lightning, eliminate collect, encampments, and now I'm on this one right now. So yeah, and yeah, this is something that I want to say as well for leveling. Leveling is really important. You want to make sure that you do these quests as fast and efficient as possible, because they will really help skyrocket your venture XP in the early stages of the season and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I really recommend doing. Yeah, so just complete these quests as much as you can. They're really important to get more venture XP, and then also prioritize doing the higher power level missions too when you first unlock them. Like don't really bother with the power level 5 missions when you first start out. First, you want to really focus on doing these 15 zone missions. You can do them. Like a power level 5 mission if you really need to for like a certain directive quest. Like I actually needed to do a fight the storm mission in a power level 5 zone to complete that one, because there was none here in the 15 zones for today. But I was able to do the retrieve the data one here, and then the ride the lightning was a 4-player one, so it was really nice to do that as well. And then I ended up doing all the other 15 zones, and then I ended up doing like one more level 5, and I did this one again, and I got to level 10. And level 10 is when you unlock the 23 zones, and then now I'm level 11, and level 11 is when you unlock the 34 zones. And let me actually show that again here on the FortniteDB. Right here. Let me show it again. Right here, it says what level you'll need to be at to unlock the power level emissions. So you see level 10, you unlock the 23. Level 11, you unlock 34. Level 15, you unlock 46, 20, 58, and you can just, you know, read it for yourself there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Ventures. I don't think I have anything else to say. It's the same rewards from last season. Do your venture quests, are really important. Clip, make sure that you pick her up. You can only do her quest in the venture zone. She's really important to pick up if you haven't gotten her yet. And yeah, that's really it for Ventures. Another quick thing, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the loadouts too. The loadouts are pretty good. Use them, copy them if you want to. So yeah, I like using Dragon Scorch for killing things, and I like using Thora in the very early game, like 15 zones or something like I'm talking about, and then like once you get to like, you know, the 34 zones, you can actually switch over to like an actual proper constructor loadout like this one here. You should have enough materials to build your own traps too. Even like the 1-star traps or even the 2-star traps are gonna be more than enough in this part of the game, so don't worry about it. So yeah, that's really it for Ventures. I don't got anything else to say really about Ventures for now. I will try to grind a bit more, I guess, to get higher level on the power on the leaderboard of it. One more tip and trick I guess I can say is you can also choose to increase the difficulty in the game when you load into a mission, into like a defense mission, like a ride the lightning or retrieve the data or fight the storm, or even this one, the trap the storm mission, which is exclusive here to this zone. You can actually increase the difficulty of it, and it'll give you more venture XP. And I actually recommend doing that in the early game here because if you speedrun through all the 15 zones, you're actually not going to have enough experience to get level 10. But I was able to barely reach level 10 because I was able to raise the difficulty on missions like retrieve the data and ride the lightning. And also doing the 4-player mission here also gives double the venture experience as opposed to like a regular mission. So that's something to consider as well. Yeah, so just do that and do your venture quests. And at this point, I really don't know what else to say here for like this point, for like, you know, the little bit past the early game. I don't know if you really need to raise difficulty anymore once you get to this part. I think you can get enough XP by speedrunning all the mission alerts in the high zones. But I will have to update you guys. I guess I'll create like a little diary on my venture quest on this channel for this season. So yeah. And this video's getting kind of long. I've just been yapping the whole time, but I hope you guys can learn something from it. Dungeons is back. It's going to be very brief. Dungeons is back. Dungeons is back, and Chaos Agent is available. I already did his quest. I already got him. But here, the lab part 2 is how you get Chaos Agent. The way how you unlock the lab is by doing the crypts one time, and then the lab should be unlocked, and you're gonna have to run the lab one time, right? Complete it one time, and then you're gonna get a quest where it says the lab part 2, and in the lab part 2, it's gonna tell you to run the lab 2 times, and then after you do it 2 more times, you'll get Chaos Agent. So yeah, Chaos Agent is a really good hero, very good in like shotgun builds, certain Outlander builds like Gunblazer Southie builds and all that stuff, Beetle Chest builds. He's a really good hero. Pick him up. And yeah, Dungeons is a really good way to get candy and gold with your friends. Even by yourself, you can speedrun them by yourself. But it's really good to do in a group as well. Oh yeah, I guess I should also mention that I haven't been doing this in a group. This has all been by myself. I've just been playing in public missions or even by myself in some missions. So I've just been doing this all by myself. I don't have like a team or anything. I'm doing it all by myself. So yeah, this is what you can do in what this came out on. It's 6 in the morning right now. It's about to be 6 in the morning. So I mean, I've been going at this for like around like 6 hours, 7 hours maybe. I took like a break in between, so yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's it for the video. Dungeons is back. Hope you guys like the loadouts. You can go back in the video to look at them. There's my ventures tips as well for getting experience. And yeah, that's it. And thanks for watching, and happy grinding. Bye-bye. Take care.